Tyrese Haliburton just suffered the most devastating injury in NBA history, and it impacts the whole league. The entire league landscape changed when the Pacers star went down in Game 7 on Sunday night. The Indiana Pacers woke up Sunday morning one victory away from their first NBA championship. They were much further away from their first championship by the end of Sunday night. They didn't just lose Game 7 against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday. They lost Tyrese Haliburton, the 25-year-old superstar who makes their entire playing style possible, to a lower leg injury that is widely believed to be a torn Achilles tendon. The best-case scenario on a torn Achilles is a lost season. Things only get bleaker from there. This injury can ruin careers. Speed is an essential component of Haliburton's game. We have no idea what sort of player he's going to be when he returns. The Pacers directly missed out on a chance to win the 2025 championship because of this injury. They'll almost certainly miss out on 2026 as well without him, and who knows what happens after that. When you consider that this literally happened in the season's final game, you'd be hard-pressed to find many more devastating injuries in all of NBA history. Or, for that matter, any injuries that are more consequential. This is an exceedingly young Indiana team that may not have peaked yet. It just lost to a Thunder team trying to launch a dynasty. OKC's trajectory may have been inexorably altered by Haliburton's injury. The Eastern Conference was already looking wide open in the wake of another Achilles injury, the one suffered by Jayson Tatum in the second round against the New York Knicks. There are ripple effects here that are going to impact the entire rest of the league. So let's try to figure out what they're going to be. We'll start with the Pacers and slowly make our way out to the rest of the NBA. So, where do the Pacers go from here? On Tuesday, the Pacers made a trade that seemed somewhat innocuous at the time. They traded their 2025 first-round pick, number 23 overall, to the New Orleans Pelicans for their own 2026 first-round pick, which they gave up in the Pascal Siakam trade, and the Pelicans acquired in their subsequent Brandon Ingram deal. The trade was probably meant just to save tax dollars next season and duck the Stepien rule in case the Pacers ever wanted to trade meaningful draft capital again in the near future. But now, this trade looks absolutely critical, as the Pacers control their first-round pick in a season that they will likely play without their best player. That doesn't mean Indiana is going to tank. Frankly, the Pacers never do that. They've missed the playoffs in just 9 of the past 37 seasons. But their short and long-term trajectory has changed significantly with this one injury. They may not be terrible, but they're no longer in the championship picture. And in a world in which the play-in tournament has produced back-to-back lottery winners, control over their pick feels pretty valuable. Just how valuable depends on what happens to their roster. The obvious questions here start with impending free agent Miles Turner. By all accounts, the Pacers plan to go into the luxury tax to retain him. Indiana hasn't paid the tax in 20 years. This has been one of the NBA's thriftiest teams for decades now. Paying the tax, even just crossing the line without incurring apron restrictions or repeater penalties, is no small thing in that market. They might even have been counting on the revenue that comes from a deep playoff run to offset the cost overruns that come with doing so. It's entirely possible that Indiana reconsiders its position in light of Haliburton's injury.